Cheers, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Every Dirty Detail. I just want you guys to know that we take your feedback serious. And we were told that we shouldn't say hey guys anymore, so now we don't know what to say for the intro.
Yeah, now I have nothing to fucking say, guys.
So we just landed on
And
cheers.
I've had a bad day, so fuck that. Hey guys.
I don't know. Hey guys, what is it?
Like our drinks, aren't they so cute? You did really good.
Tequila Sunrises. That's what we have today. It's been a week. I've literally only had one day of work this week, so my week's been fine, but...
Not mine. Not mine, but you know what? Blessings are coming, so it's what we're focused on right now. But this is really good, though.
Isn't that too much tequila?
No.
I kind of poured the tequila and I was like, oh, that looks like a lot.
No.
But I feel like...
Let me tell you, since I started this divorce, tequila's my friend.
I do feel like because these have the OJ and the grenadine in it, it kind of masks the tequila.
I can't even really like taste it. I feel like that's what is deadly.
That's what, exactly. But that's why I like these, because you can't really taste it.
You know what I drank the other day? I had tequila and then I had like those little cans of pineapple.
Mm-hmm.
I had that Terramana tequila, the Blanco, and I put that. It was really good.
Yeah. That's why I like these though, because you can't really taste the tequila too much. It's not overpowering.
Mm-mm.
So
10 out of 10.
But, you know, just bringing back the bartender and me.
I love when she bartends, guys. My favorite bartender. Oh, you're my auntie.
Yes.
But she don't drink.
Oh.
You didn't know that?
No.
She doesn't drink at all. Oh my god, there's one time she made drinks. Sorry guys, off the subject. But she made it, it literally tasted like a mouthful. She waited until I was like 21 and she would let me like taste them. It tasted like a mouthful of Skittles.
Oh.
She doesn't drink at all.
Well,
I need to ask
she
her how
making
she...
it through life.
I don't know. You've met her.
I don't know.
You've met her.
I don't know how she's making it through life.
But yeah, I need to ask her how she makes it so you can make it. It's really good.
Or ask her what it is and I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Summer drink.
But yes. Anyway, today we're going to talk about first date horror stories, first dates gone wrong, however you want to spin it. I don't have any. I feel like I haven't been on like a really awful first date.
I don't think I've ever been on a very like awful first date, but then again, guys, I was with the guy for like 18 years, so
it's been a long time since I've been on a first date, so
I mean,
but even so, like I can't off the top of my head, I'm like trying to think. I don't think I've actually been on like an awful first date.
See, my thing is like, do you guys open the door? Like, does he pull the chair out? Because I mean, that's what my kid's father did in the beginning, so I don't know.
Speaking of which, I went to the gas station today to get an energy drink on my way to the gym. And this like older gentleman, like older than us, he opened the door and he's like, oh, you know, ladies first. And I was like, oh, thank you. And he's like, there's still a few of us left.
I've seen
that. Like, a few.
I've seen that like going into stores and stuff like that they'll be like, oh, ladies first. And I'm like, oh, there's so chivalry in this world.
Yeah. But, I mean, I will say one thing. I'm definitely teaching that to the boys. I mean...
Alex is like... Oh.
Alex is top tier when it comes to all of that. I mean...
Yeah, when I tell people how he is with his girlfriend, they're like, oh, he's a teenager? And I'm like, yes. He has like... Oh, my God. The way he treats this girl, oh, my goodness.
The other day... Well, I mean, this is like 2 weeks ago, but David walked... a group of his friends walked from his school to the Dunkin' right over there. And afterwards, he was like, oh, Mom, I'm going to walk the girls home. And I was at work, so I didn't get this text until later because I would have definitely said no. Because I don't want you walking around town. But anyway, by the time I got out of session, he was already home. And he's like, yeah, Mom, I just wanted to walk all the females home. And I was like, great, love that. But, like, I don't want you walking around town. He's like, I know, but I just wanted to make sure they got home safely. And he's like, and I made sure when we were walking that they walked on the inside when we were on the road to make sure I kept them safe. And I was like, love that. I love that, you know, you're learning this kind of thing and that's how you are. But like, also I don't want you walking around town. So like.
See, but I love how they like treating like these girls because I feel like Ari sees it. Mm-hmm. And she's like the only girl and like she's, you know, she has her godfather, her uncles, her boy cousins, because she's the only girl, to show them, like, how like she should be treated, even though she is not dating until she's like 40. Guys,
Literally.
but let's be for real. She's the only girl in this family. Like, let's be for real. But I love that, like how they treat like the girls and stuff like that
Yeah.
and everything.
Dave was telling me also there's like another girl that has panic attacks.
Oh.
And she told David that she likes to be around David when she has them because he
Calms
makes
her
her
down.
feel safe. And I was like, this is like all I wanted in this world. Like,
But you know, like if a girl feels safe,
that
any
is
male, like
that's something I have always stressed to
that is
to
top
these kids.
tier. Like to feel safe around like any man
Mm-hmm.
is
And I stress that
top
to
tier.
them so much just because of all of the trauma and everything I have ever been through with guys. Like, I stress that so hardcore to these kids,
Mhm.
like, to feel safe. Because, I mean, like you said, like, that's top tier. I can't, my kids, that is one thing, like, it's scary raising boys because of, I know what the world is like and I know how things can go, and I'm like, no. Like, they're gonna be raised right. They're gonna treat women with respect. They're gonna treat everybody with respect. But you know, I want women to feel safe around my boys. Like, that is so
As I feel
important to
about
me.
that, honestly, he's tiny. He thinks he got girls everywhere, but he got girlfriends everywhere, apparently, this little boy. But no, I definitely want to teach out with Carter about my anxiety. Oh my god, with Ari going to middle school. It was bad enough that little boy came up to her at the dance. Oh my god, you look so pretty. I was like, the hell?
At least it said pretty. Could have been worse.
I don't care. Get away from my baby.
But anyway,
Let's get into these stories.
let's get into these stories. We don't have a lot of time today. It's late, and these kids need to go to bed. So we're gonna roll right into them. Also, I just want to thank anyone who ever participates. I usually post the stuff on mostly Facebook because I feel like I get more comments from Facebook. But I just want to thank anyone who ever comments on that and actually gives me the answer to the question I ask. And, you know, I appreciate that because I like to share things from people I actually have some sort of communication with versus just like internet things. So yeah, we definitely appreciate anyone who tells us stories that we
Oh
can
my
share.
god, for sure. And shout out to my customers. When I be asking them these questions while I be at the store with them, like, y'all some queens. They tell me everything. I feel like a therapist to them.
So. All right, well, let's roll into this. This response was that the cops showed up on their first date. So she says that she was pretty sure that this wasn't the person's house. Yeah. And said homeboy was like, don't open the door. She said, that's the cops. Like, what? And he said to be quiet. And she was like, dude, fuck that. She left. She went out the door, gave the cops, you know, her name, address, all the information that they needed, and explained the situation.
She said, fuck that.
And they let her leave or whatever. She doesn't typically go to like a guy's house on the first date, but she knew him from back in the day, so she trusted him. So she doesn't know what happened
Felt
afterwards.
comfortable.
She felt comfortable enough to go to the home, and it wasn't even this guy's house. How he got in or any of that,
I know, I
have
was
no
gonna be
idea.
like, how
I
did he
want
get in?
all the
I
details
need
of
to
this,
know.
but I didn't ask for all those.
Like, was there a key under the mat? Like, was there a
But
code?
I don't know. I wonder if it's like a friend's house or like, was he house sitting for someone or like, I don't know. A million
I
things
didn't
ran
think
through my
about
head,
that.
but I felt bad. Like, that's also kind of scary.
Oh my god, well, I asked the customer today, and I said, have you ever had, like, a horrible first date, or, like, you know, something like that. She told me that she went on a date, met this guy online, matched on one of these, I don't know, dating sites, I forgot the name of one. She said talking for months. She made sure to FaceTime him to make sure that he wasn't lying on his phone.
Using AI.
And then she's like, I'd be scared because there's that new thing that they're hat-fishing people.
Hat? Like with an H?
Hatfish, yeah. And it's a thing apparently. Anyway,
What does that mean?
I don't. She said she went on a date with another guy, and it was the same guy, but like all his photo he has hats, and then when they went on a date, he didn't have a hat, and like his
So he's bald?
hairline was like. So I guess it's called hat fishing. I don't know. You know I'm not
What
like
the fuck?
you know, like all of this is new to me. Like I'm just like, see, y'all making me really scared to date. I'm good. So anyway, she meets with this guy, FaceTime, make sure everything he's legit, because you never know. All this stuff, whatever. You know how we like to investigate us women online.
Yeah.
She did it all right. They go on a date, they finally meet, but she's like, I'll meet you at the restaurant, because, you know, it's the first time in person. Meets him, whatever. Everything goes nice. She's like, oh my God, maybe he could be the one. All this, she said, I asked all the right questions. Are you married? Do you have kids? Like, are you married in another state?
Are you married in another state?
Everything. Do you have children in other states? Everything was no. She felt like, oh my God, this is like it. Like,
yeah.
This is my person. Get the hell out of here. She's like, they're enjoying. They got a dessert. They were sharing dessert together. Very like lovey-dovey. Girl, tell me why the waitress come over and this is dude's wife.
The waitress?
Well, she was acting like she was the waitress. She said they were very like
Oh,
engaged.
there's like a movie like that, I
They
think.
were very engaged in a conversation, and I was like, and I'm in my head, I was like, well, what kind of dessert were you having? Because you know me, I'm all about the dessert. She's like, we were just engaged and like, you know, looking at each other. And we're, you know, she comes with a little thing like the waitress does to bring the check. And she looks over and she's looking at the girl, and homegirl's popping off on homeboy. Going off, and she's like, you have the wrong table. Like, saying a whole other name.
No.
It was a whole, I was like, what'd you do? She goes, oh, honey, I grabbed my shit and I left, blocked him on everything, and he had to pay that bill.
No, I'm pretty sure there's a movie like that, or it's like a part in a movie or something.
Oh, really?
I think so.
She was
I
just
swear
like,
I saw it.
she said she swore off dating sites for a long time. Her friends tried hooking her up, and she was just like, no. Like, right now, she's in a space that she's just like, I'm good. And so she told me, until you're ready to date, don't. And I was
Don't put
like,
yourself through that
and
shit.
I'm like, thank you. That's like mortifying. Like, cause then you like,
especially when you ask, like you asked,
and she
he's
had
like,
told
no,
me
no.
the relationship before, like, she went through domestic violence, so she went through a period of healing, and like that took her like 5 years to heal through that. So now, you know, to go out there and then to deal with that,
So put yourself out there. After
she's
that.
like, it just took me 20 steps back.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, she's like, until you feel ready, do not go out there, because it is no. And I was like, what? So now she keeps to herself. She has her friends, and I felt so bad though, because then she told me like
not fair.
the relationship she had before, and then this was just kind of like, she felt like it was too good to be true, but she just wanted to like give it a chance. Like, you know what I mean? I felt so bad for her. She is stunning. She's so beautiful too. Beautiful. She's such a beautiful woman, but I'm gonna take her advice and I'm gonna hold back, because I don't know about these guys.
I don't even want to think about it.
I throw a drink at her.
All right. So this.
Oh, this has to be good. She's
This
laughing.
one, I just don't get it. So she was on a first date with someone, and they said that they never saw a duck in person before, and felt it meant that they were meant for each other.
You said a duck?
A duck. That's the only context I have.
I need more.
I mean, whether you've never seen a duck or like you've seen a duck, what the fuck does that have to do with being meant for each other? So I don't know if like
I'm so confused.
he's trying to say the first time he saw a duck was like on their first date, and that's why
Were they
he
eating
thinks
duck?
that they were supposed to be
I'm so
together.
confused.
But I don't know.
I have a lot of questions.
So yeah, I'm not really sure about that one.
Okay. We're gonna have to reach out and ask. Like, I need more like background story on that.
All right. So she had a first date with a guy, didn't want to see him again. There was no spark, like no chemistry, nothing. He then started to text her nonstop. And one night after she explains, like, you're a nice guy, but I'm just not feeling it, you know, upfront, honest. She couldn't get him to leave her alone, and he was constantly texting of how they should go on another date together. So she just said she was working, and turned out that his brother was in the group of friends that she was hanging out with.
Oh, shit.
He said, he's my identical twin, you didn't notice? She said, no sir, did not. Like I said, no spark, and we went on one very awkward date. Block.
I love the block button. We all know this.
Imagine going on a first date with somebody though, and like not feeling it, like not liking the person, and then he turns into like a low-key stalker.
Yeah, that's
But
creepy.
then he's also the brother of someone in your group of friends. But you didn't know that?
That's shit though.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say like he started showing up at her fucking job or something. But like,
I was ready for that too.
Security.
This one says she went to lunch with someone, maybe for like 30 minutes. The guy was off mentally,
Oh, God.
so she wanted out. He was insistent I meet his daughter. What?
See, no.
I'd be such a great mother for her. I'm sorry, what?
Listen.
Oh, and can you buy me a gun? What?
See, this is
This went
is
to the
wrong.
bathroom and she paid the tab and left.
You know how I feel about that because I'm already dealing with that. But the kids need to be
But
off.
that's wild. On the first date?
On the first date, like that has to be off. Or tell people yes, you have children. But don't be like, oh, you'll be a good mom. Get the hell out of here. What is wrong with you guys?
You don't even know this person.
The hell is wrong with you? And then get a gun for what? Who we killing?
Probably the kid's mom. 'Cause
Right.
He wants a new mom, I guess. Mm-mm.
What is wrong with these guys? Not that it's just guys, but like, because women do the same thing too.
That's wild. Wild.
How long was it that you brought like David around, Ray? Did he say
I guess probably not that long.
But did you be like, hey, this is your new
I was
dad?
pregnant with Manny at freaking 6 months.
But did you be like, hey, this is your new dad?
No. We were a couple years in, and David, that was one thing I never, ever, ever pushed. Regardless of the fact that David's sperm donor is not in the picture,
Yeah.
I never pushed that on David. I never said, this is your dad. I never, ever, 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 ever. And one day David just literally was like, I want to call him dad, but I'm nervous and scared that like he won't be okay with that. And so like, I had mentioned it to Ray, and Ray's like, I would be okay with that. Like,
Yeah.
And then from there on out,
I remember the first time when I heard him saying it, I was like,
But David did that all on his own.
I'm
No
like,
way
did he
did
just
I
say
put
what
that
I
in his
think
head.
he said? I was like, I mean, it is like, exciting and stuff like that, but like, his dad's not in his life. Like,
Yeah.
at all. So for him to have my brother as like, his father, like, that is like, but like, the situation I'm dealing with.
I mean, even me. I've been in Alex's life for a little over 11 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And I never ever told him to call me mom.
Yep.
I don't say, he calls me Sasha. I'm in his phone as stepmom. Like, he'll introduce me as his stepmom, that's on him. That's totally fine. But like, I never, ever, ever, like, said anything about him calling me mom or anything. He has a mom. She's in his life. Like,
I feel like boundaries need to be set, and like the other parent's boundaries should be respected, because I feel like my boundaries are not being respected, and my kids are being like forced to be around someone that one, they don't want to be around, but like it's a lot for them. And then people are going to do this on a first date.
no, doing this on a first date is absolutely wild.
Yo, go get checked, bro. And then you ask for a gun.
No. Butler.
I'd be like, I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And I'd be like, exit. Somebody get me out of here.
I'm out. I will go through the kitchen if I need to.
You need me to wash those plates for you? Like, get me out of here as fast as possible. That's just crazy to me.
Yeah, that's crazy. Another one it says, had a guy start showing up at my work every shift after the first date and tell people I was his girl. I didn't want to see him again, which he was not taking the hint, because the whole first date, all he did was badmouth his ex horribly. I finally had to embarrass him and yell at him loudly and like a crazy lady. One date does not make me your girl. Get out of the bar and never come back.
See, this is why I probably don't want to go on dates. Because you're going to sit there and badmouth the ex. Now I'm going to ask her, so why are you calling her crazy? What did you do to make her crazy?
Yeah.
Why are you going to badmouth her? What'd you do? And then you're showing up
showing up at the work. I feel like that's the tough part when you have certain types of jobs.
Yep.
She's a bartender. So like having a job like that, it's hard because it's a public place. People go in there often. You have your regulars that do come in and see you daily, weekly, couple times a week, whatever it is. But you get to know these people. You have these people come in, like, you know, so you're used to seeing the same faces a lot. But then somebody you go on a date with, like, how do you say, like, no, you can't come into the bar. It's a public place. They can go in there. So
that's the one
that
thing
makes
that
it hard.
sucks.
Jobs like that make it hard.
Any, like, restaurant, like, any, like, customer service, like, kind of stuff that you get regulars and, like, stuff. I feel like that kind of stuff is hard because then what now turns into, like, restraining orders and then you can't be on the property. Like, that's a lot.
It's a fine line you gotta watch out for. Yeah.
Can you imagine what do the bouncers have to, like, escort her to the car now? Like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
What a psycho. These people are crazy, guys. Oh, God.
Says, one told me to wait for him because he's going to jail for not paying child support. I mean...
Wait, they put you in jail for that?
If you don't pay for a long enough period of time, yeah. They can, like, I think they can take your license and then...
I know they can
go to
suspend
jail,
your license. I didn't know they put you in jail.
You can go to jail for it, I think.
How are you supposed to pay if you locked up?
You're gonna work in jail.
They pay them, what, 25 cents an hour?
I don't know, I'll ask my brother, but...
He's in a whole other state, bro.
Hey, I mean,
some he'll give us a grasp of, like, something.
Similar.
That's good. I didn't know they go to jail. That's insane.
I think it has to be, I'm sure it has to be like a
hundreds
really,
of thousands or like
extensive amount before that happens. But
that's insane, bro.
But imagine saying, like, I really like you. Can you just wait, you know, a little while for me because I gotta go to jail real quick.
I'm getting locked
for not
up for
paying child
like,
support.
6 months, so I'll be back though. Can you wait that long?
I'll write you, but can you put money on my books?
Talk about can we be pen pals?
As long as you put money on my books, though, I gotta buy stamps. Okay.
No money on my books.
Whew. Okay.
We're on one.
This one says, another was okay, but I didn't pursue contact. A year later, he texted me that he just got out of jail. What is with the jail? He was so sorry he disappeared. It was no big deal, though. He got busted with coke, lost his kid, and went, yep, to jail. But just missed me and wanted to pick things back up. No thank you, sir.
What?
No.
Jail? What is going on? Yo, I can't. If they're not living double lives, they're in jail. What are we doing, guys? What are we doing? What are we doing? Yo, Sasha, I'm gonna be single for the rest of my life. I can't.
Yeah, wow. Okay. That is wild.
Not jail.
Alright, this one says, one grabbed me by my neck in a very well-lit parking lot because I didn't want to kiss him goodbye. Threw me against the car and threatened me. Nobody says no to him. He showed me a good time. He paid. She says that she offered to pay. I always did this for a reason. Yeah, fought like a feral cat and got out of there. He was a cop. That right there, though, is why, I mean, back when I used to go on dates, like, I would hate when someone would pay for me because I feel like then they think that they're entitled to something more.
Yep.
And that is, you know, and the fact that he's a cop. Like, why? Like, no.
The way I'm sending, like, my location to, like, 5 of you guys, a picture of this guy, like, one of you guys is going to be at the restaurant when I'm there. Y'all going to be in the parking lot because I am not. No. That's insane. Can you imagine I have you and my brother waiting and the guy does that to me? Bro.
One of my sisters, when she goes on dates, like, she will let me know where they're going, what time, and that if she texts me anything like
A code word?
a code word or a bunch of numbers, like, then I know to call and, like, get her out of there.
Yeah, see, ooh, girl, no. This is scary.
That
Like,
one
some
is
of the
really,
stuff is, like,
yeah.
funny, but that gives me such anxiety. That's why I'm, like, so afraid to, like, date. That freaks me the hell out.
No, I think that's wild.
That's
First of all, don't put your hands on me.
Yeah.
And I don't even know which one's the worst one out of all. I mean, I think the last one is obviously.
I
to
think
put hands
that's
on
like
her,
the
but-
yeah. You're gonna sit there and put hand talk about nobody says no to you. First of all, I don't give a fuck. Like, I literally, and that's one thing. Like, I'm going to teach my son. No means no.
Mhm.
I had that conversation with Jay. I'm like, you know, you're 18, like, you know what I mean? But no means no, JD. He's like, I know, JD, I know. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, how are you going to tell people that nobody says no to you?
No. And the fact that you think, oh, I showed you a good time, I paid for you, so now I deserve something out of it?
No.
No.
That's why, like, I mean, if I do go on dates, or if I go on a date, like, I'll make sure that I have enough to pay for my share. Like, if I gotta, like, you know what I mean? I always, like, either like to tip in cash and stuff like that. But, like, that is, get the hell out. You know how quick I'm calling one of my brothers? Get the hell out of here. No. No. That's crazy.
That's insane. That last one, that one gets me. That one triggers me a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Not going to lie, but no,
That just makes me not want to, like, go on, like, a date or, like.
But that's why people put so much safety things in place when it comes to going on a date.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you think about, like, it's awful that you have to do that and you have to think that way. But in this world,
Every day, I swear to God, is something.
it is.
It's something all the time. Like, if it's not like a shooting, all of a sudden, like, planes are falling out of the sky. Like, everything. Like, I mean, you can't, I mean, it's life. Like, but, like, you know, us is when we get so excited to go on a date, get us out on a date and stuff like that. You know, you tell your girlfriends and, like, it's such a process because it's an exciting thing, and then to end it like that, it just, like, it triggers people, and then it just makes you not want to date. That's why my thing is, like, people are like, I'm showing you, people are messaging me like, oh, all this, like, you know, all these guys, a lot of these guys just want, like, sexual things, and I'm like, ew.
Mm-mm.
Like, yo, I'm sorry, like, since when was it okay just to, oh, can I say it?
Well,
The pics they sent me?
I guess we'll find out if we get canceled from this video.
Okay. Dude, they keep sending me dick pics.
In what world that became something that's
And it's
okay
not even
is beyond
like-
me.
They messaged me, and it's not like there was a conversation that started. It is like, hey, and it's like, whoo, penis. What? There's no...
Block.
Oh, so quickly. And I'm just like, dude, it's early for this. It's 6 a.m. Like, why are we sent? Like, when did that become okay? Like, it's not even like, hi, how are you? Like, I came across your proof. Like, it's not even that. They're just like, hey, boom, photo. And I'm like, whoop. No.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah, it's just not safe out there, guys.
Clearly. So if you're going to go on a first date, let's go over some safety things. Because clearly you need to take your own car,
Oh
meet
my
the person
God.
there. Don't let them know where you live.
No.
Don't go to their house or what you think is their house.
I still need to know how he got in there. I have questions.
Bring a weapon of some sort. This is why the defense keychains that they make are so popular, because of shit like this.
The duck. I need to know more about this duck. Like what duck?
That one just sounds like he is mentally ill.
Yeah, but like,
and probably just needs a little help there.
Were they gonna eat duck? Did they see a duck? Like, I need questions. We're gonna have to like personally talk to this person, because you know me, this is gonna drive me crazy.
I can try and find out. I'll reach out.
I'm gonna need to know like what actually happened with the duck because I need to know what happened. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna date anytime soon. So I love to hear the stories.
I love to hear the stories too. I think some of them are hilarious, some of them are not.
I love how when they come into the store and they get excited and I help them with their outfits for like their first date. That's really fun. But I'm not going on dates. No, I go on dates with my kids.
There you go. Those are the best ones.
Or I crash you guys' dates.
Those are the best ones too.
That's what I do. They're gonna be so sick of me soon.
No,
I'm
never.
gonna be disowned out of this family.
Never. Not gonna happen. I might like you more than I like Ray, so.
Shit happens, guys.
But anyway, that was eventful, I guess.
That last one kind of traumatized me.
That one kind of traumatized me too.
I'm so bad.
I hope
everybody
you're in
has
therapy for that, because that was not cool. And yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening.
We do appreciate it.
If you have a better intro than "Hey guys," because clearly that's not cool enough, let us know.
That's gonna stress me out. I want to punch him.
I will probably still continue to say "Hey guys," so.
Cause that's my thing. I'm like, "Hey guys."
Yeah.
And I got told no.
But anyway, thank you guys for joining. We will be back next week with hopefully another fun episode.
Hopefully a tan.
No shit, hopefully a tan. We're to the beach on the 4th, so I better have some sort of a tan. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.